Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about how to stick to your weight loss journey. Ever heard the term yo yo dieting? Well, I've been on that, and like many people have. But this time it's stuck. And I was thinking back to what did I do differently this time that have been so successful, and I've lost 84 pounds so far, and was so close to being 100 pounds lost. So I started thinking about it, and I wrote down some tips for you guys to apply if you want, because they have helped me a lot. I wrote it down, and I'm gonna read it to you because I have a bad memory. So here you go. So number one, I wrote, you have to become obsessed with wanting to be healthier. That is self-explanatory. Number two, you document every step of the way. I took pictures to use as comparison, and see the progress that's been happening with my journey. And I also created charts and graphs because I'm a visual person. I like to see changes. I like to see numbers and all that. Number four. No, sorry, that was number three. Number three, put reminders of how far you've come and how much more you have to go. Like these charts that I was mentioning, I print them out and I put them somewhere, for example, like your pantry or a food source where you can remind yourself, like, wait, this is how far I'm going, how much I've progressed, and how far I have to go, to remind you when you wanna get a snack that you shouldn't, for example. Number four, weigh yourself every day. I know some people don't like that, but it is helpful because like that you know how the previous day's activities or lack of activities and food intake and food type and food amount, all that contributed to the weight that you are the following day. And also weekly, write it down. You weigh yourself every day, but only documented weekly. Like that, you get like an average of how your weight shifts, goes up, down, and all that. Um, Number five, start with small changes to your eating habits. That's how I started. For example, cut down sugars and sweets, especially if you're pre-diabetic like I am. And that makes a huge difference. Like sugary foods is really not beneficial for you, and they just make you like addicted to sweets, and you feel like a huge difference after you start cutting back on sugars. And slowly increase these changes to your eating habits until you get to the 80-20 rule, which is basically 80% nutritious foods and 20% non-nutritious. So it's a flexibility, but the majority of the foods you take basically are healthier. And number six, your weight will go up, down, and sometimes will remain the same for a couple weeks, couple days, and that's perfectly normal because our hormones and water retention and all that, which you can Google it. And so don't stress it, just keep at it. Number seven, you have to be on a calorie deficit. That is like a big rule. Like if you're not on a calorie deficit, doesn't matter what you do, how much exercise you do, it's not gonna work. You're still gonna gain weight, you still won't lose weight. I use MyFitnessPal to see exactly the number of calories I need daily to be on a calorie deficit or to be on a maintain my weight, which I'm still not there. I'm on a calorie deficit. Or you can also Google calorie calculator, and that will give you the number for you in particular based on your height and the goal weight you are. Number 8, you have to increase your steps little by little. You have to start little by little. And I would say try to get to an average of 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And if some days you do more, that's okay. And that's more than okay. That's awesome. But if you do less, that's okay also. But try to maintain an average of 8,000 to 10,000. Also, monitor it so you have an idea how much you're walking. I use my Apple Watch, but you can use any fitness tracker that counts your steps. It will work. Number 9, join challenges or activities that have a lot of movement. So you're basically exercising per se naturally. For example, join some sports or play around in the backyard with your kids if you have, or any kids that you have around in your family. You can also join challenges like Healthy Wage, like I did, which is basically a challenge where there's different challenges, but the one I got into was an individual one where I told them exactly how much I wanted to lose and by what date. And based on those numbers, they gave me a price that they will give me when I reach that amount of weight loss at that amount at that time frame. There's also step challenges with Healthy Wage and probably with other companies, but Healthy Wage is the one I know of, where you have to increase your step counts and they'll give you a price for that. You can look at it more at healthywage.com. Let's see, where were we? And finally, the final one, number 10. To help with your calorie deficit, you can find substitutes and healthier alternatives to the foods that you're normally used to that have made you gain weight. There's most likely an alternative, a substitute that you can have, and I'll make another video later about substitutes that I've used that have helped me kind of, ease the transition, because at first it's really hard switching your eating habits that you've done for such a long time, eating badly and then suddenly healthy. You have to have a little substitutes and take it slow, and it's not gonna be overnight. It's gonna take a long while, but if you are serious about it, you can do it. And remember, weight loss starts in the mind. You have to retrain your mind and your eating habits. Or reaching for a donut, no, don't do it. Reach for a healthier alternative. And if you're in this healthy weight loss journey as well, I wish you luck, and I know you can do it if you follow my tips, and if you're serious about it, you can do it. So if you have any questions, ask me. I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. And good luck and have a good day. Bye-bye.